Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. Welcome to the start of another week, our very last Monday of 2022. I'm starting to think 2023, but it's the end of 2022 and the start of 2023 is what we're going to work on today. So I'm going to wait for you all to join us, intending that everyone had a wonderful Christmas, that you got to spend time with family and those that you love. I have been in a winter wonderland, very, very new experience for me. All I have to say is my hat's off to those of you that live in this type of -0 degree temperatures and beautiful snow and lots of turtlenecks and 10 layers of clothing. My hat's off to you. Florida is my home. It is beautiful, and I'm sure you're all enjoying it. And I did for a few days, and yeah, this island girl froze. So here we go. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Manifesting Monday, Money Family. Hey, Coach Nads, Camille, Merry Christmas. Intending that everyone that's here with us this morning had a wonderful holiday and just got to feel the spirit of this season, which is love and joy and peace and time with the people that mean the most to you. All right, so I'm going to jump right in because I have so much to share, and I'm going to start with intending that everyone got to watch our release video that we did 2 weeks ago, and then last Monday we chose our word of the year, and today we're going to write our 2023 intentions, but they all build on each other because it is a process, and that's exactly why I had it in that systematic way. Was first we were going to decide what was it that we needed to release, then we were going to step into choosing the word of the year so that we could use those two things to build what are our intentions for 2023. Now, I just want to tell you beforehand that this is just kind of like when we did the word of the year last week. I said it's going to be a little different than you have heard from me in the past. This is the same. I actually have learned to, or let me not say what I've done. I'm a scientist with manifesting. I'm always looking back at, so when I did it like this is how that manifested, versus when I did it like this is how it manifested. And one of the things that I want to share with you this morning was something that the goddesses and I did in Costa Rica. We really brought our intentions down to the most simple, direct statement that we could form in the 4 main areas of our lives. And so I'm going to guide you through the process of writing your own intentions, but just know in the past where, especially if you've ever heard any of mine, they've been pages and pages and pages long. What I found was one year I actually became very succinct, very direct, like this is the intention in a sentence for each of the 4 areas, and I manifested, like checked every single thing. And sometimes, with me and manifesting, it'll be like I'll get 3 out of 4 and I'll be happy. This particular year, I got everything. And so the little scientist in me was like, all right, that is the way. So if you're all here, good morning. I see you all giving your good mornings and being present. And maybe some people are still, waking up from Christmas. I know it was a big holiday and everyone probably wants to sleep in today. But those of you that are here, congrats on your commitment to doing this. And those of you that are watching the replay, we hold space for you and intend that the energy and the just the power of this live reaches you as you listen to the replay and go through the processes yourself. All right. So the process, it's only one process, 3 steps. So I want to start with the 3 steps to writing an intention. Number 1 was to identify what was it that you released. Go back to that week when we did release, and I know we probably released a lot. I remember in Costa Rica with the goddesses, we actually did a ceremony, and I wrote like 2 pages back to front of things that I was going to release, and we burned it. We had a bonfire and we burned it, and it was very beautiful. Now I want you to think back to 2 weeks ago when we were on this live and we talked about releasing, and we all typed a lot of things that we were going to release. But if you could encapsulate everything that you wrote, what is the big thing that release represented that you were saying no more to this? Like, I'm a no to this from this point on. So when I look back at my 2 pages of things that I was releasing, I realized I was saying no to something, to some ways of being. And even though I wrote 2 pages, in essence, I was saying the same thing. And it allowed me to say yes to something else. And so in order for us to write our intentions, we want to identify what was it that you said no to overall, so that we can identify what are you stepping into a yes for 2023. So for me, my release was a no to limitations and to my comfort zone. Like, done, I'm a no. Everything that I wrote really fell into limiting thoughts that I placed on myself, on my ability, on what it is that I can create, on what I can be, on what I can do. And even though I wrote it in different ways, when I look back at everything that I released, I was taking a stand for, I'm a no to staying in my comfort zone and to anything that limits me in any way. Right? That was what my no was for. So I'm going to ask you to think back to your release and what was it that you were saying no to? Just think about that, because now I want you to type, what did that mean you were saying yes to? Every time you say no to something, you say yes to something else. And so for me, when I said no to my limitations and my comfort zone, I said yes. It allowed space for me to say yes to, I'm going big, I'm going all in, I'm living from the power, I'm living from my fullest power in 2023. Like, all of that space that was taking up with the limitations and the comfort zone behavior and thinking and activities. And I know you probably think, oh no, Tasha never does that. Oh yes, I do. Oh yes, I do. There's quite a few places in my life that when I'm just real with myself, and especially when it comes time to release, I fully go into what do I need to release. And I look at my life from every angle, and I'm just honest with myself. And this particular year, I realized coming to the end of this year, there are some areas where I play so small. I've been comfy in my little comfort zone. I've been hanging on to my limitations, and I had to say no to that so that I had enough capacity to say yes to going big, going all in. And truly for me, it was a yes to living from my fullest self, living from my fullest power. So Tembi says yes to deserving. Heidi says yes to motivation. Jackie says, my release was a no to being invisible and your comfort zone. Wow, Jackie, that's awesome. Now I want to see some of you sharing with me. What is it? Yes to trusting more, Jane says. Sylvia, yes to connection and abundance. Yes to being shine. Oh, I love it. I want to see everyone that's watching. This is really important for you to, in order for us to create your intentions for 2023, you have to identify, what are you saying yes to? You did your release, which was I'm a no to that from this moment forward. But now what are you a yes to? So I'm going to wait, because this is my favorite part, seeing what you type. Yes to showing up authentically and fully in my power. Tamika says, yes to enforcing my boundaries. Ooh, that's a powerful one. Yes to freedom, Teresa says. Yes to knowing I deserve so much more, Lorraine. Yes to discipline and action. Yes to allowing. Oh, wow. Okay, so everyone, I'm waiting. I can see the number of you that are watching live. And if you're watching the replay, it's important for you to type this, to allow yourself to process and think and to identify, this is what I'm a yes to. And you have a beautiful space here with each of you in support of each other to declare it. This is what I'm a yes to for the next year. Yes to authentic relationships and work, family, romance, finances, self. I love that, Camille. I love that. Jackie says yes to being all I am. Yes to asking for what I want. You go, Nicole. I love that. So we're going to move on to part 2. Part 1 was, what am I saying yes to? Part 2 is, what's your word for the year? So this is when last week we all did that powerful activity, and I took you through that brief meditation to say everything that you desire for 2023 has unfolded and manifested. What is the feeling that it brings for you? And everyone, I saw a lot of people typing your words last week. I just want you to bring it back to mind. Go ahead. My word is achievement, wealthy. So Caroline, I wanna inspire you. I did say that if you had already chosen a word, go ahead with it. And I'm not sure if you saw the live. I really inspired. I don't want to say challenge, but I really inspired everyone to think from the place of feeling. So achievement is your word. I just wonder if you achieved everything that you set out to achieve, how would it make you feel? Because here's what I found is that when I tap into the feeling that the result will bring for me, and I focus and I manifest on this is the primary thing that I feel this way. It's almost like I give the universe, God, source, whatever, however you language that, I give God a blank canvas to say, this just make me feel this way, right? Like your ways are not my ways. How is none of my business? In all areas of my life, everything has come to fruition, and this is the feeling I have. And I feel like that allows me, this is the feeling I have, and I feel like one of the things that I notice when I really go with the feeling first, I lead with the feeling, it helps me to stay detached. It helps me a lot more to stay detached from the how, because I just trust however it shows up, I'm going to manifest having this feeling. And having this feeling, the feeling, my word for the year, having this feeling means all the things are going to come in the perfect way and the perfect time, easy and relaxed, and it's going to bring me this feeling. And I can't, I have to be right. I don't want to say it any other way. It makes me certain that everything's going to work out perfectly, because that feeling is going to be at the center of my manifestations. All right, so luxurious, living in luxury, love, home, business, family, friends. I love it. So first we identify what are we saying a yes to, then we identify our word for the year. So these two pieces of information is going to be central to our intentions. You have to first know what you're saying yes to. You have to know the feeling, the word. For me and for most people here, we chose a word that represented a feeling. If you chose another word, then you have to know what is the North Star that your word represents, right? As long as you can, it's in alignment with your yes. What are you saying yes to? And your word for the year, whether it's a feeling or another word, another type of word, those two pieces of information we're going to use to write your intentions in 4 areas. I think this is a good point to talk about the difference between an intention and a goal. And I know that most of you here, I probably don't need to do this, but I just want to remind you before we go into this activity. When you write a goal, that is where your logical mind immediately, every time in the past where I've written a goal, my logical mind immediately jumps in and says, okay, and how are you going to do that? What are the steps that you're going to take? Break that goal down. We all know this. We all did it in high school, college, business. We know that formula like the back of our hands, right? Here's your goal. How are you going to break it down into tasks and right timelines and measurable outcomes and all these hows and logical mind thinking so that you can achieve that goal? And there's nothing wrong with setting a goal. More power to you. Knock yourself out. If that inspires you, if that really works for you, please do it. It does not really work for me. It makes me immediately. Well, the moment I go into my how, I immediately feel pressured. I feel stressed. I feel anxious. My logical brain just starts to overwork. And I have just found that over time, it doesn't support me as much. It doesn't make me feel as expansive as when I write an intention. Now, an intention is different. An intention is a declaration that this thing that I have written is done. It's already happened. It's already been created, and I'm just writing it out from the place of this is what happened. So it's where you write a goal in terms of I'm going to do this. You write an intention in terms of I've already done this. This is what's already happened. And so an intention allows you more space to be open to dream, to take the limitations off of yourself, because there's no need for how, there's no need for logical steps, right? you don't need that because you're writing something that has already happened. You are writing a declaration of, I already got this thing. And that's an intention, right? I see, Debbie, you and me, it shuts me down. That's me, girl, shuts me down. So we're going to go with writing an intention. And please, if goals and resolutions work for you, you have free will. You're the one who decides. Do that if it makes you experience the things that you want in life. If it works for you, use it, right? I'm never ever saying, no, you can't. I'm just saying, here's another way, and here is why. And if it serves you, go with it. So we write intentions here in the Money Family, and I want you to think of your intention as a combination of a result. So in each area, this is the result, and this is the feeling, which is your word of the year. This is my result combined with the feeling I'm going to have. And so my word for the year was joy. My word for the year for 2023, joy. Everything, when I did that meditation that I guided you through last week, I asked myself, and how does it feel? And the word that just came into my spirit was pure joy. Just pure joy. And so that's my word for the year. So we're going to write our intentions and consider your yes. If I am truly a yes to living from my fullest power, if I'm truly a yes to living from my fullest power, whatever it was that you said yes to, if I am truly a yes to whatever you said you were a yes to, and I combine that with this feeling, I'm going to write my intentions from that place where I'm not, so for example, mine is I'm living in my fullest power. When I write my intentions, I have to pass it through that kind of like standard. Is this really representative of me living in my fullest power? Is this intention just, I'm just going through the process, I'm writing it out, I'm doing, what I always do, I'm kind of just second nature writing an intention that comes to my mind? Or is this really a reflection of what I have said yes to, and it includes my feeling for the year? All right, so I'm going to say that again. You want to look at what you said yes to, whatever it was that you said yes to, combined with your feeling word for the year, and we're going to pass every single intention you write for your 4 areas through that. So when I did this, I wrote out my intentions, and I can't tell you how many times I had to erase it because I was like, this is not your fullest power, Tasha. This is not what you're a yes to. This is honestly your comfort zone. This is kind of run of the mill for you. What is really you living in your fullest power? How can you express that in this intention? So we're going to write intentions like that in 4 areas: spirituality, relationship, health, and finances. Spirituality, health, relationship, and finances. And so I want you to think of your spirituality. And I chose spirituality first because I truly feel that when we understand who we are, how powerful we are, the power that God has gifted to each of us, the treasure that is within us, which is the kingdom of heaven is within. When you truly understand that, and you know the power that you have to create anything that you desire, and you're operating from that place, everything else is easy. So what did you say yes to? And I want you to think of an intention in the area of spirituality that would embody your yes and bring the feeling that you chose for the year. So for me, I'm going to read my intention in the area of spirituality. So I'm reading, so my eyes are going to look down for a little bit, right? I felt so much joy as I experienced the greatness I am capable of when I lived from the power of God within me. I felt, so past tense, this is an intention. This already happened. I'm writing from the end of 2023, and I'm telling myself, I'm telling the world, I'm telling everyone who cares, oh my God, this year in the area of spirituality, I felt so much joy. I felt so much joy as I experienced the greatness of God and what I am capable of. Actually, I'm going to read that again. As I experience the greatness I am capable of when I lived from the power of God in me. So I ask myself, does this intention match what I'm saying yes to? I'm saying to live yes to living from my fullest power. Does this intention match that? I felt so much joy as I experienced the greatness I'm capable of when I lived from the power of God in me. So now I'm going to ask you to think of what would your intention be for the area of spirituality. You want to include your word for the year. I felt the word. So you want to include your word for the year as what? You don't have to language it in the same way that I did. You just want to make sure you have those two pieces present. Your word for the year, your feeling for the year is included, and you ask yourself, what did I say yes to? And what do I want to experience in the area of spirituality that reflects my yes declaration? All right. So I know that with the time that we have, I might not have an opportunity for everyone to sit and type out your spirituality intentions. That's okay. I want you to, all I want to use this time for is for you to think this through so that you can process what would I want to say. But if you already have some things, Valerie says, definitely going to have to listen to the replay. Too much awesome content. I know. I know that that was going to happen. And this is a big thing. What you write as your intentions, this is your roadmap. This is your GPS for the year ahead. Everything that you write as your intentions is what you're saying. Here is my order. Here is my declaration of how I have experienced my life in these 4 areas in 2023. Right? So I see Jackie wrote a great one. I felt divine. I'm living in my highest vibration and knowingness. I love that, Jackie. I felt divine, which I'm assuming might be your word for the year. I'm living in my highest vibration and knowingness. Here comes the goddesses. Like, the goddesses don't play. They're like, we got this. We can do this with our eyes shut. Here goes Jackie. I felt so accomplished being from the essence of the fullest power of being a queen from within. Now that is really powerful. Wow, go Jackie. I felt so blessed as I experienced my feminine receptivity, allowing divine unity and blissfulness. I love that, Suzanne. Yeah. So I can see that you guys are getting it. So I'm gonna tell you the formula again for writing your intentions. Think of the area of spirituality. Think of what you're saying yes to. What are you a yes to? Everything that I write as my intention represents my yes. I said no to this for 2022, which opens me up to saying yes to this. So in the area of spirituality, I'm going to write an intention that reflects what I'm saying yes to, and I'm going to include that I felt my word for the year. Okay? I'm going to include my word for the year, and I'm going to reflect on, does this represent what I'm saying yes to? So we're going to move on, and I'm going to read my examples for you all so that you can have some inspiration. So the other one is relationships. Relationships. Again, I thought to myself, okay, I'm saying yes to living from my fullest power, and I want to include my word and my feeling for the year. So in my relationship, I said my marriage grew in love and deeper connection. All my relationships, my friendships, my family, my clients radiated love and filled me with joy. So I talk about my marriage and I talk about all my other significant relationships. And for me, when I am living from my fullest power, and I know myself, I know what my fullest power looks and feels like, I know how that shows up in my relationships. My marriage, the love is beyond. Our connection is beyond. And all of my significant relationships radiate who I am when I'm in my fullest power, which is love. And that brings me joy. That's my feeling word for the year. It brings me joy. So I want to, hang on a second. I see a comment here, which is really long, so I'm not going to be able to read it. But I want you to think of your relationship intentions for 2023. It is the end of 2023. This is where we write our intentions from the end. A goal is I'm standing here at the beginning saying I want to do this over the next year. An intention is I'm at the end of the year writing about what I experienced in the last 12 months. Totally different. An intention is this has already happened, it's done. So when you look at your relationships and you think of what you're saying yes to for yourself in the area of relationship, whatever it is that you're saying yes to, I want you to think, how would that show up in your relationships in 2023? And what would that make you feel? And you're going to combine those two things into a single sentence. Remember, we're not writing lengthy things. We want to write a brief, succinct, direct. This is what happened. This is how it made me feel. I love this. Camille's on the money with this one. I felt such luxury as I accepted my deservingness, as my relationship with God and myself deepened and strengthened, so I became more of who I was created to be, powerfully me in luxurious purpose. Wow, Camille, drop the mic. That is so good. That is so good. I see a lot of you saying you're going to need the replay. And yes, I am intending you will need the replay because I don't want you to just, jot things down. Literally, it's kind of like if you glanced at your GPS and then decided you were going to drive cross country. That's not going to work. You need, what does the science of getting rich say? You need a clear and concise statement that is very direct in saying, this is what I intended and manifested. It has to be really powerful. And I want you to not just, I want you to not just come from, oh, this is what came to my mind. This took me hours to decide on for each area of my life. And that's the way it really should be. This is a very intentional process for you, right? So we want to move on to health. In the area of health, my yes, living from my fullest power. In the area of health, what did you say yes to? And what is the feeling word that you want to have for the year? And so what is an intention that reflects, and I'm saying this a lot of times because I want you to get it. What is an intention in the area of health that reflects what you're saying yes to and the feeling you want to have for 2023? So I said, it was pure joy to achieve and maintain my dream weight and ideal health. It was pure joy for me to achieve and maintain my dream weight and ideal health. And so for me, I went through what is living my fullest power is my fullest power is me being in my ideal health, right? It's like, I don't have to have my ideal. I don't have to have my dream weight, my dream body, my dream, any of those things. I am healthy, and me in my fullest power, I do have that. I call that in. So I ask myself, what is a health intention? I can be very direct about this. And it includes me living from my fullest power, what I'm saying yes to, and it includes how it makes me feel, which is my word for the year, which is joy. All right. So that's health. And then we're going to go to wealth. The last one. So spirituality, relationships, health, and wealth. Again, the formula. What am I saying yes to? And what is my word for the year? And I'm going to consider those two things as I declare in the area of wealth. This is me with what I'm saying yes to. This is what I manifested. This is my intention for what I manifested. And this is the way it makes me feel. It made me feel. So you're combining those two things, right? So I'm going to share with you my wealth. I am experiencing overflowing joy to see that I manifested above and beyond my financial intentions. I am experiencing overflowing joy to see that I manifested above and beyond my financial intentions. Now, and I'm going to include my number, because my number is honestly me at my fullest power. It's me. What did I say yes to? I said yes to living from my fullest power. So my wealth intentions has to be a reflection of what I'm saying yes to. It has to be beyond what I currently can see how I'm going to do. I have no idea how I'm going to do this in my logical mind, in my current state of me as Tasha in this moment. I have no idea. But I do know when I have lived from my fullest power, I'm created to create anything that I desire, right? So me and my fullest power, it is done. It can be done. It has already happened. And so I have to create an intention that's a reflection of that. I have to create a number that's truly, what did I say yes to? And so I want to challenge you on that one, especially because 2023 is where we start wealth with ease. And so what are you saying yes to now? What did you say no to for 2022 when you did your release? And what does that mean you're saying yes to? And then in the area of wealth, what does your yes reflect as an intention? What will you have manifested? And how does it make you feel? So I'm going to share mine again. I'm experiencing overflowing joy to see that I manifested above and beyond my financial intentions, and I include my number, right? So I want you, I love it. I love some of the ones that I'm seeing. So I want you all to think about that. And this is a thinking live, if you would. Usually we get to type really fast and we write all the things that are coming up. I want you to reflect on everything that I've shared this morning. I do want you to take the time to process and to think through and to be so crystal clear in your intentions that there is no other route that can be taken other than the complete manifestation of what you wrote, because you were so direct, so clear, so concise, so from your heart, so including your feelings, and so included what are you saying yes to. When I say yes, and whatever it is that you type that you said yes to, when I say yes to this, this is what that looks like. My yes looks like this in the area of spirituality. My yes looks like this in the area of health. My yes looks like this in the area of relationships. My whatever I've said yes to looks like this. It manifests in physical form in the area of wealth like this. So think, what are you saying yes to? This is what we're really being intentional this year with our intention. Really being intentional this year with our intentions. Yes. We're really thinking about, I'm going to the next level. I'm saying no to some ways of being that have kept me playing small, and I'm saying yes to my next level. And when I say yes to my next level, then my intentions mirror that. My intentions are a reflection of that. All right. So here's what I want you to, I'm seeing, I think Jackie's typing a number. So I want everyone to just pause for a moment, having heard all of that. And I love it. Yes. Thinking clarity, sincerity, and my desires. Yes. You got it, Shirley. That really is what this is about. Right? So what I want to ask each of you to do is commit, and to type this for me. I wrote powerful 2023 intentions. I wrote powerful 2023 intentions. I know that if you type that in the comments, it is your commitment to yourself and to me that you're going to take whatever time is needed. You're going to give yourself the gift of the space to reflect on these things. This is important. This is you directing your life. This is you being the creator of what you experience in your life. You're not leaving it to chance. You're not sitting there and, just writing fluffy things because it sounds nice. That is nowhere near as powerful as when you seriously commit to, I am dissecting this. I'm challenging myself. I'm really honoring that I have the power to create anything I want in my life, and I'm putting whatever I write through that standard, right? I wrote powerful 2023 intentions. There you go. Now I know that I can leave you all be because you're going to take care of what needs to get done. So while you're all writing that, I just want one last reminder for everyone. And that is, I know 2 weeks ago, last week, when I shared with you the word of the year, I told you about the money manifesting party. And I know so many of you that are watching have been to the ones that we've done in the past. And there's so many new people that are first time in our community. You've never been to a money manifesting party. And whether you're new or you've done it before, this year is going to be different. I'm actually going to guide you through writing a powerful wealth intention. I'm going to guide you through visualizing, like the end scene. You hear us talk about that a lot. And for me, when you do a board, it's amazing. But if you don't bring it through to seeing the end, it's not as powerful as it could be. So I was going to make that like a VIP experience. I decided everybody gets that, right? So I want every one of you to make sure you're registered for the party. Go ahead and type the word party. If you have not already registered, you'll get a link in Facebook Messenger, or you can go to tashachen.com/party. tashachen.com/party. That will get you the webpage for you to register. And thank you for those of you that have already started inviting and referring your friends to come join us for the party. Remember, every person that you refer who registers to join us for the party enters you to win a ticket to our live event next year, a value of $2,500. We're going back to live events. It's going to be very high-end, high-level, one of the things that I love to do is create a container where we come together, we're in each other's energy. Like, this is amazing, but imagine when we're together live and the goddesses can tell you it's next level. So I'm creating that experience in 2023, and every one of you that refers someone who signs up for the party, you get entered to win that, plus a lot of other prizes. We do a lot of amazing things, but that one is the one for me that I'm really excited to see who wins. All right, hang on, I want to go back to the comments. So type the word party, make sure you're registered, make sure you follow the instructions to get your unique link so that you can invite people. The more people that you invite and they register, the more chances you get to win the prize of this $2,500 value ticket. And a big thank you, because one of the things I look forward to with this party is all the people that get to say at the end of it, thank you to you. Thank you for showing me this other way. I've been so stressed about how I'm going to achieve my financial goals. It's so heavy, it's so burdensome, and to be introduced to this way of having fun in creating our finances, I'm already so excited for all the people that are going to tell you thank you for doing this for them. So with that, yay! Thank you. Thank you, Heidi, for inviting others. All right, so with that, have a wonderful Monday. Happy New Year. We're going to announce at the end of this week the Manifestor of the Year and all the other awards. Thank you for those of you that submitted. We're going to announce those at the end of this week, but if I don't see you or speak to you, Happy New Year when it comes. Mwah. I'll see you all next Monday morning. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.